cocktail for you this week, everybody. A curious little cocktail from the deep south, Virginia and Kentucky, and that sort of general neck of the woods to be specific. This is one of the first homegrown cocktails in the United States. It actually dates back, the first reference is really kind of around the 1720s. I'm talking about, of course, the mint julep. Now, like all great things American, of course, it started in Britain. The julep was a medicinal drink, actually. It actually is a derivative of, I believe it's pronounced gulab. It's a Persian word, so if anyone speaks Persian, please let me know. Correct pronunciation, which means rose water, which again was a medicinal concoction that was created by those brilliant Arab physicians 1,000 years ago. The drink originally started out as a rum-based drink, but then it became more genteel when brandy was added to it. In the 1870s and 80s, there was a blight in Europe, the phylloxera blight, which affected all the grapes and cognac region particularly, and brandy was not available. And when you coupled that with a post-Civil War sort of impoverishment, bourbon whiskey became the thing that made the julep work. The julep, of course, mint julep, of course, is associated with the Kentucky Derby. Since 1938, it has been the official drink of the Derby. 1938, Lauren won that year, an 8-1 long shot that won by a length. So, of course, the mint julep always brings back memories of the antebellum South, magnolias, Miss Scarlet, and all that nonsense. Because we know that a world that was filled with systemic racism, unbearable cruelty, and continual oppression ensured that any menial task, such as making a drink, went through black hands. There's an amazing, rich history that I'm only just starting to discover, a vibrant, vital history of black bartenders and saloon keepers, because it was one of the few places where blacks at that time could excel, could become entrepreneurs. Amazing, amazing bartenders and names like Cato Alexander, who went on to run some of the most prestigious and wonderful bars in New York City. Jasper Crouch, who was hailed as the finest mixologist of his day, of this day or any other day. John Dabney, who became so successful that he was able to buy not only his own freedom out of slavery, but that of his wife and his entire family. And the amazing story of the legendary Jim Cook, who, whilst a slave in 1860, was brought forward by the good burghers of Richmond, Virginia, when the Prince of Wales visited, who was later to become Edward VII, King Edward VII, because he made the finest mint julep in all of the Virginias. So let's give it a go. Let's see if we can honor those amazing gentlemen and put together this cocktail. Let's get at it. First thing you need to do is get 6 mint leaves, beautiful fresh mint, of course. Thanks to Becky and Sharon for giving me this mint from their garden. It's called Mojito mint. It's got a little hint of lime, but any mint will do. Spearmint, peppermint, anything like that. Pluck it out of your garden. Let's get to it. First thing, well, you don't need this. This is a silver-plated julep cup. A double old-fashioned glass, anything like that will do, but this is fun. This is what they use in Kentucky. This is what they use at the Derby. 6 mint leaves go into that. This is going to get really, really cold for us. That's the great thing about it. Then I want to add a ½ ounce of our old standby simple syrup. Some people use just sugar and water, but the simple syrup just kind of makes it a little easier. That goes into the glass. Now, what you want to do is you want to take your muddler, or my fantastic Scottish spurtle, and you want to muddle this. You don't want to puree it, you don't want to crush it, or you just want to open up those oils and the aroma of that gorgeous, gorgeous mint. That's all you want to do, is just do that. We want to muddle it up, and there we go. Oh, it smells spectacular. So we're going to honor those gentlemen. We're going to add 2 ounces of brandy. Goes into this. Oh, first thing let's put in. There we go, 2 ounces of brandy, and there we go. So this is the real secret to the drink, is ice. You gotta think snow cone ice, that's what you have to think. On my fridge, it says it gives me crushed ice. Take your ice, wrap it in a tea towel, take a wine bottle, and bang it, until you get this. That's what I just did, off camera, of course. So we're gonna fill this with ice. We're gonna get a bunch of ice into this cup. Oh man, this is so fantastic. There we go. There we are. Look, it's like a slushie. It's like a snow cone. We're going to put in some fresh mint for garnish. I got a couple of really cool, these bamboo straws. They're paper, but they look like bamboo. We're going to sink that into the drink. And then, just as a bit of a nod to the contemporary, what we're going to do is we're going to float on top of this Why don't we say a half to, well, you know, David, so it's more like 3/4 of an ounce of bourbon, and we're going to float that right on top of the drink, just like that. So we've got that brandy for tradition, we've got a little bit of bourbon, and there it is. Mr. Crouch, Mr. Dabney, all of you, thank you. You may not have originated the drink, but heaven knows you perfected it. Thank you, gentlemen. There it is, the mint julep. That's one of the best yet. Look how frosted that is. It's delicious. Take this out on a sunny afternoon. Remember, COVID-19 may drive you to drink. Do not let it drive you to drink and drive. Oh, thank you, gentlemen. Cheers.